I used to love this dish growing up. It's what I consider to be a very hard staple of the American dinner diet. We're going to start with 2 cups of oats. Old-fashioned works just great. I don't really love using instant, but if you use the old-fashioned, that'll be perfect. Then we're going to come in here with 1 cup of milk. And maybe just a little extra just to make sure you've got plenty of moisture in the dish. That's all I'm saying as far as that goes. Gonna add 2 eggs. Large or fine, that's absolutely fine. We're just gonna go ahead and put both of those in here. There we are. And we're just gonna mix this up. Now we've got a majority of our base for this dish already set up here in the bowl. So you get a whisk or a fork or anything like that. Please make sure you get all those ingredients off the walls of the bowl, okay? Perfect. Now we're gonna set this aside right quick while we chop up our vegetables. Now then, the first and foremost, we're going to start with celery. Now, I don't love celery as a general rule of thumb, but it sure does add a wonderful texture and a really strong flavor to your dishes as long as they're mixed with other things. By itself, it can be a little overwhelming. Whenever you put it into a dish, that's whenever it really starts to shine. It's better as a compliment than it is standing alone. At least that's the way I feel about it. Next, you're going to get one of those hand choppers to make sure that all of our bits are really finely chopped. Then we're going to bring in 5 regular-sized carrots and chop these up as well, exactly the same way we did with the celery. Boom, get out that hand chopper, and away we go. Want to make sure that it's really finely chopped because it's going to make sure that it goes into the ground meat that we're about to add in just a second. But first, we're going to make sure that we put all of these aside while we cut up our onion, okay? And the same with this. We're going to make sure that we cut it up really nice and fine. We're going to chop it. You can use the hand chopper with this if you want to. It's just entirely up to you. I like to do just a little bit of this by hand. I don't know. It just kind of, it seems a little bit therapeutic. It just relaxes me to be able to chop this up really nicely like that. I wish you look at that. How beautiful. Perfect. Now we're going to set that aside and bring back our oat mixture right quick. Beautiful. Give it just another little stir. A lot of the water, the liquid, has absorbed into those oats, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Then we're going to add in our celery. Beautiful. Next up, we're going to add in our onion. Yes, please. And then, of course, to round it out, we're going to bring in our carrot. I used to love carrots when I was a kid. I still do. I love any kind of orange vegetable. I do. But now I've learned to be a little bit more moderate with my consumption. When I was a kid, I turned orange from eating too many orange vegetables. So I'm trying to be better about it now that I'm a grown man. We're going to mix all this together to make sure that all of our wet ingredients come together. And we've got a really nice consistency all the way throughout, okay? Now that we've got all of our vegetables and our wet ingredients together, it's time to add the protein. Now for this, I'm going to be adding in 1 pound of ground chicken. You can use any kind of ground meat you like, turkey, beef, whatever it is you prefer. I love ground poultry. I think it's really great for really bringing out the flavors in everything else in the dish. Ground beef can be a little bit strong as far as flavor is concerned, but a ground turkey or a ground chicken really come together to make this a really well balanced as far as the flavor goes. Next, let's add in some buffalo sauce, all right, just to give a little bit of kick. I love this stuff because it really has a very full flavor. Sometimes whenever you use something a little bit spicy, it's all heat. This has a lot of really nice, rich flavor with it as well. So we're going to do the same that we did before. We're going to get this really well coated. Beautiful. Please make sure you continue to get everything off of the sides of the bowl. Wonderful. Look at that, how pretty. Absolutely fantastic. Next, we're going to add in just a little bit of cheese, all right? I love this Fiesta blend because it's got several different cheeses in it. All you're going to do is put in about maybe half a cup in there. Just sprinkle it all over the top, and again, we're going to mix this together. Just use that spatula, wooden spoon, whatever, and just continue to make this into more and more of a batter. Y'all have probably guessed by now, but what we're making today is a buffalo chicken meatloaf. It is so good. It's not the recipe that maybe a lot of us screw up on, which is another reason I love it. Same idea, different ingredients, and it is so good. What we're going to do is bring out our 9x13 pan and a little bit of Pam cooking spray, and we're going to blast that sucker, but good, because we don't want any of this sticking to the walls or the bottom of our tray, okay? Perfect. Now all you're going to do is literally just add that bowl into the dish and make sure you tamp it all down, making sure that we go to each one of the corners as well as both of the sides. Pardon me, all 4 of the sides. Y'all know me, I love good coverage, okay? So we want to make sure it goes to all 4 corners and all the way to the sides. Beautiful. Please make sure, again, you scrape the sides of the bowl so none of our ingredients go to waste. I love this dish. The good news is, too, it serves a lot. It just turns to food. You've got plenty for a dinner. You've got plenty for leftovers. You can take them with you to work tomorrow. Everything. And look how beautiful that is. All we're going to do now is add just a little bit more buffalo sauce to the top of it, okay? And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, we've preheated our oven to 375, and you're going to leave it in there for about 40 to 45 minutes. We're going to garnish this with just a little bit more of that Fiesta blend, as well as some beautiful breadcrumbs. I love the panko. I think they're a lot lighter and crispier, and I think they've got a really nice flavor to them. And they're not quite so heavy. Look at that, how beautiful. Oh my goodness. Hey, let it rest for about 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that everything settles in, all those flavors come together right. And then just in case you've got just a little bit of liquid left at the bottom, it can soak into the rest of your meatloaf. But otherwise, hey, dig in. Don't be shy. This goes really well with a green salad and a nice cold glass of milk, or maybe just a really big tall glass of water. You can top it with a little chunky blue cheese dressing if you'd like as well. This makes it so nice. Eat up, y'all. Woo! Yes, please.